Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today I want to talk about sex with a narcissist. A few people asked me about how do you know you're having sex with the narcissist? Well, you got to look at a lot of things when you're dealing with narcissism. It's not just about sex. I mean, if you know the person and how they treat you and how they act, and you know narcissistic red flags, you'll pick up with the sex of pretty much you'll get an idea of how it's going to go. Now, generally, when you have sex in the beginning with a narcissistic person, it could be great, okay? It could be great. It could be the best sex of your life, or it could be the worst sex of your life. It really depends on why the narcissist is with you, okay? If the narcissist is with you for a supply that they want to get sex off you, they're going to give you good sex most of the time. But one of the things you got to keep in mind is a narcissist is very selfish, right? So a narcissist is going to want to get their needs satisfied. They're going to want you to praise them. They're all about praise. They're all about being validated. So they're going to try to do everything they can to get you, to the point where you're like, wow, this person really laid it down great on me, okay? That's in the very beginning. Now, if you're with a narcissist that's not with you for sexual purposes, that's not the supply they're after from you. Let's say they're with you for financial reasons, okay? That could go two ways. The sex may not be so great, or they may be good in the very, very beginning, and then it's going to turn, okay? It's not going to be, consistently great sex. The thing is, the narcissist gets bored very easily, okay? Nothing is ever enough for the narcissist. The narcissist is never satisfied. Why? Because they never feel whole as a person, all right? They have such a fragile ego and such low self-esteem that it doesn't matter how well you give it to them. They may love it the first time with you, but then later on, then it's not going to mean anything to them because they're going to want something different, and they're going to need another high, okay? And that means they need somebody new or something different, or they want variety. And it's not just even about the sex. It's about the praise. They want to be praised by a number of people, because with a narcissist, it's not about quality. It's about quantity. That's why a narcissist may not appreciate you, okay? They will not be able to appreciate you. They feel appreciated. First of all, let me just say this thing about narcissists. Narcissists are very superficial, okay? They're very worried about how they look, how they're perceived by others. That's what's important to them. They're the type that are in front of the mirror in the bathroom for 2 hours before they go out because they're so concerned on how they look when they go out, because their ego is so fragile that, they could never, just go with the flow or something like that. They have to be the center of attention. They always have to be the center of attention. So when you're dealing with somebody like that, they, once they've gotten you sexually, they are going to thrive and want sex somewhere else, okay? Because they constantly want that praise from others. Their idea of praise is by having a number of people idolize them. That's what boosts their ego. That's what it's about, you guys. It's about ego. When you see these people that are players and everything like that, a lot of times the reason they're like that is because they have low self-esteem. They have small egos. Because if they had if they didn't have low self-esteem, they wouldn't be so concerned on trying to always boost that self-esteem up, okay? It gives them a little pat on the back like, I must be super terrific. I slept with 20 people this week or whatever it is. All right. Instead of appreciating one good person. And you know what happens with people like that? People like that end up alone most of the time. All right. Because they are never satisfied. So when we get back and we're talking about sex with a narcissist is also a know-it-all. They feel they know how to do sex and they're, whatever they do, you should be like wowed by and everything like that. That's not how it works. And that's why we see a lot of partners that are not sexually satisfied in the relationship, because the narcissist is pretty much, they're concerned with being praised and they're concerned with their performance, but they're not really concerned on you being super satisfied all the time. They're going to try to satisfy you in the beginning, but after that, no. And the other thing is, when it comes to sex with a narcissist, they're concerned with sex on a level of just sex. In other words, they detach their feelings. They don't sit there and want to be intimate with you or anybody else, because they feel intimacy is a sign of weakness. They are afraid to be weak and intimate with you. They are vulnerable, all right? They can't, what I meant to say is they can't be vulnerable, okay? They can't be vulnerable because remember what I told you. They are a shell of a person who has been beaten down from usually childhood trauma. So it's very hard for these people to open up and be vulnerable, and they can't. And that's all interconnected with intimacy, where they can't be intimate with somebody, because to be intimate with somebody is to put their walls down. Okay? And they're terrified to put their walls down, that they're going to get hurt again. All right? So when we talk about sex with a narcissist, having sex with a narcissist is basically that. It's basically sex. Okay? It's not intimacy. It's not the cuddling and the hugging and the connection that people have together, all right? It's basically just getting it on, all right? And, very typical for a narcissist is to have sex and then pretty much not even want to look at you, not even want to spend time with you, not even want to put their arm around you, okay? Because they're not interested in getting that close, all right? So this is how you see people for, am I having sex with a narcissist? A narcissist cannot be vulnerable, all right? So it's going to be very hard to connect with somebody like that and really be fully fulfilled with someone like that. I mean, if somebody's just looking to have sex, if somebody's just looking to have hookups, that's one thing. But if you're looking for more, you're looking for somebody to show you that affection or that intimacy, you're going to have a hard time if you pick somebody who's a narc, okay, or narcissist, all right? Everybody says, oh, narc, that's a narcotics agent. That's what we call them, okay? Narcs, all right? So keep that in mind. You want somebody that can open up to you. You want somebody that's not afraid to show the other side of themselves, because that's how you build your intimacy with somebody. That's how you become close with somebody. When somebody is not guarded, and a narcissist is guarded, all right? So when you have sex with a narcissist, it's not going to be, this love-making session. It's going to be generally sex. And as the relationship moves on, the narcissist is going to get more and more selfish about the sex. They're going to want done They're purely going to be concerned with getting their needs satisfied and not concerned in satisfying their partner's need. Why? Because they already got their partner. You're already, locked into a relationship. Maybe you've been together for a while. And guess what? They're just looking to be with you, just to do what they got to do to satisfy themselves. And you are basically just a piece of meat to satisfy them. All right? It's not a loving, caring, affectionate relationship with somebody. Narcissists don't know how to open up completely and be loving and caring about somebody because all they care about is themselves, pretty much, all right? And it depends on the narcissist that you're dealing with as well. How narcissistic is this person? So I hope that helps you guys when you're trying to figure out, am I having sex with a narc? Am I not having a sex with a narcissist? It gives you an idea. Know the inner person. If you know the inner person, you can pretty much know what you'll expect from them. All right? I hope that helps you guys. If it did, hit the share button and hit the subscribe. Thank you. If you're having trouble in your relationship, or maybe you're dealing with somebody who's a narcissist and you're really confused, you don't know what to do, you need some advice or some clarity, well, I offer email and also phone coaching. Please go to the podcast description for the link on how to get email or phone coaching, or maybe you just have a question that you need answered. All questions will be answered confidentially, so go to the podcast description where it tells you how Yaz can answer your questions. Hi, you guys, it's Yaz, and I want to tell you about my 2 books on Amazon. The first book is Regain Your Power. It's all about power and relationship. Who has the power in the relationship? And it goes into all of that, okay? The other book is Signs He's Not Into You, He's Wasting Your Time, okay? Check it out. It gives you a lot of good clues as to whether you're with somebody who's a real one or somebody who's just going to waste your time. You could read them both with Kindle's free trial membership. So check it out. Link is in the podcast description. Hi, you guys. I just want to make you aware that the Game Exposed podcast now has their merchandise available. You can check out the link in the podcast description. There's hoodies, there's sweatpants, there's t-shirts, there's cool hats. So go check it out. Link is in the podcast description. And follow Yaz on Instagram at dating_advice_Yaz.